So Guy, in addition to the Little Big Band, I know you also work a lot with an organ trio.
Yes.
Can you talk about that group?
Yes, of course. I lead an organ trio. The members are two members from my bigger band.
Right.
Ben Patterson plays the organ. Isaiah Spencer is on the drum set. I play guitar and sing. Same thing I do here, but different guitar. I do not use a Telecaster. I use a big box, an arched out.
What are you using? What kind of?
I'm using a Yamaha AE 1200S.
Okay.
And it's their version from the 80s and early 90s of the Gibson the famous Gibson L5.
Right.
Same scale length, same specs, same everything. It has like push tone knobs for single coil though, which I do not. Sometimes when I comp like Freddie Green, I will use that, but most of the time I just go full humbuckers with it.
Right.
And the material is obviously very different. I'm trying to stay a little more true to the organ trio concept of the 50s and 60s. A lot of Wes Montgomery material, Jimmy McGriff. Now I sing there too, so it's a different vein because I do a lot of Nat Cole and a lot of standards and Ray Charles again.
Yeah. And you using flat wounds? What kind of string? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, 13 to 56 flat wounds.
Wow, what kind of strings do you use on your telly?
10s.
Yeah.
Just
a straight set.
Straight set, 10 to 46,
cool.
I believe.
And now I noticed, is that a quad reverb out there?
Yeah.
You don't see too many of those, man.
I have two, and I'm working on getting two more this year. We'll see how it works.
And I remember I offered you my super reverb, and you said, man, I have to have 12s. You have to have 4 12s.
Yeah, I just like, it's not really a volume thing, I think,
right.
you know.
You just
I don't
want that sound. Yeah.
I'm used to it, it caters to me, it stays clean, I like a clean tone. The little break, when I'm really pushing it in an outdoor venue, is nice.
Yeah.
But when I want it to stay clean, I just want it clean, and the quad stays cleaner, but warmer than a twin.
Really?
So, you know, I get more air moving, so it's warmer than a twin, and it comes out more.
How's your back?
That's my workout. I stopped lifting weights and just move my quad around to shows.
Yeah.
And the organ trio, I use either a Pro Reverb or an old Standale amplifier. I have two Standales that I
use. Which is what Wes used.
Yeah, I actually found the same model.
I also heard that Wes liked using super reverbs.
And some of the earliest recordings, it was definitely not a Stand. You know, you can hear the two, either a Tweed Twin or a Pro maybe, or a Super.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sound good. I sometimes with the jazz set, if there's a bassman around, I'll actually plug to that and play, and I enjoy it as well.
Yeah, I think I heard Grant Green play through the bass.
It sounds really nice.
Yeah.
It sounds really nice.
And I understand you've been writing quite a bit for both bands.
Yes, that's why I'm working right now. It's been a minute, about a year and a half since Living It, my first album under my own name, came out. And the band is a lot more together now, as far as the horns being a relevant part of the band, not an added horn section. So it sounds a lot better, and they're part of the band, which inspires me to write more charts and come up with more ideas. And I'm working on finishing the material for that album of the Little Big Band, and probably an organ trio record as well.
All right. And now I've also heard you do solo guitar stuff where you dig deep and you do Robert Johnson and Big Joe Williams, and you really do that well.
Thank you.
I know we've recorded you here.
Yeah.
And it sounds great. Do you pursue that as well in a live setting as much as the other bands?
I do. It was kind of it started by accident. You know, you're trying to get a gig. Sometimes you don't get the calls back, and you need to pay your rent. You know, and I like to play. So when one call back came and asked me if I would do a solo set, I jumped in the water. I wasn't very good at it. I knew I could do it, but I wasn't very good at it. I'm like, yeah, I will do it. So I practiced for it. I had a couple of weeks, to prepare. It was actually opening up for Buddy Guy on one of his January dates. So it was a full club, and I was a little nervous, but it went well, and it pushed me to do it. I enjoy it. I get certain freedom that is you don't have with a band. You know, I can jump time when I want. I can slow down the tune exactly the way I want. It's just you and your guitar, and you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's very deep as well, because I can do exactly what I want to do at that moment.
Yeah, I really like your slide playing too. Could you talk a little bit about your development as a slide player?
Again, a fluke. I was sitting in Memphis, always liked it, you know, liked to hear more James, Robert Johnson, but couldn't do it very well. Never, I heard 10 strings making noise instead of the one note that you're actually trying to get.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's not happening, you know.
Right.
Heard a little of Robert Nighthawk and Earl Hooker. Got a little better concept in my ear on how really to be accurate. I was sitting in Memphis one day, tried it. I know it sounds crazy. The previous day, I was terrible at it. Woke up in the morning, I was sitting on the river for just relaxing for a few hours. Came back to where I was staying, took the guitar, and it came out the way I wanted it to come out.
Yeah.
And since then, you know, just listening again, you know,
Sure.
listening to different cats, find out what they're doing, and
Sure. And developing the touch, you know.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, one of my friends, a great slide player who passed away, his name was John Dewich.
Mm-hmm.
He told me it's kind of like learning how to shave with a straight razor.
Yeah, yeah,
You're going to make some mistakes at first and cut yourself, but
yeah,
when you get it down.
yeah. I think of it as a lot like, see, a lot of guitarists pay a lot of attention to technique as far as the speed essence of it, you know,
Yeah.
playing fast. It's a great thing, you know. I used to be like, no, blues players shouldn't play fast. It's not true, you know. Playing fast is good. When you have a fast lick you want to play, you should be able to execute it.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is not to play fast all the time, you know. It's to control. Having a trade is good. It doesn't mean that you have to do it all the time. So it's like a lot of guitarists don't pay attention to the art of the bending and bending in tune and the vibrato while you are preaching your note, you know. So I think of the slide kind of the same way, you know. It got a great effect, just like vibrato and a bending of a string.
Yeah.
And just take a minute, and it takes a long time to actually get it right,
Yeah.
you know.
Cool. How old are you now, Guy?
I'm 32 years old.
32, man. That's
Yes.
great to see that versatility, you know, from the organ trio or the country Delta blues
Yeah.
to the modern electric blues.
Yeah.
And you're barely in your 30s. It's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you
you.
sing, yeah?
And I
Yeah,
sing,
and you
yeah.
sing, yeah, of course.
It's just, you know, to me it's like some people say, some blues guys say, you know, the fanatics, oh, but you're kind of jazzy, you play a lot of soul on your blues set, and then I play jazz and I do standards as well, but you play a lot of blues for you. But then you do this, I'm like, you know what, it's music,
I know, man.
and if the crowd likes it, and the band members, and we dig it, you know,
Yeah, man.
and the crowd loves it, then I think it's all right, you know. I don't see the line, oh, this is soul,
Yep.
this is blues, this is rhythm and blues, and this is jazz. I'm like, okay, well, if that's what you want to call it,
Yeah.
that's what you call. I'm not going to call it this way, you know. I call it music.
I went through the same thing. Like the jazz guys thought I was just playing blues. The blues guys think I'm playing too much jazz. What do we do?
What can you do?
Just gotta be ourselves.
What can you do? I mean,
Yeah.
people are going to say, it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
you know. It doesn't matter. People are going to say something.
Yeah.
If the crowd is digging what you do and they
Yeah.
come back for more and you feel like you got your head on straight and you feel like you're getting better and your band is getting better, then I guess I'm on the right track. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if it's a track that fits you and him, but
Sure.
that's my route, you know.
Right. Right. I always like to tell people that, you know, there are a lot of different styles of blues. You know, there after hours style. There's,
Yeah.
You know, there's blues rock, which is great. There's traditional Chicago blues. There's
Yeah.
West Coast blues, which had more swing in it.
Yeah.
But my favorite kind of jazz has a lot of blues in it. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
So,
All the old timers had it though.
Yeah.
You know, you're not gonna listen to a Garner, Oscar Peterson, a Charlie Parker record
right.
when they're not playing blues like
Yeah.
madman.
Right. Listen to the Chicago tenor players, Gene Ammons,
Oh yeah.
Johnny Griffin.
Of course.
Deep blues in there. playing.
Of course. Even West Montgomery.
Oh, yeah.
Very sophisticated, but tons of blues all
Sure.
over the place.
Yep.
And it's fun. It's fun. Just it's good. It's swinging. It's happening. You feel it.
Yep.
Enjoy it, and stop trying to put a label on it.
Right on, Guy. Hey, man. Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Guy King.